Hello subscribers, see it Eldred here at Veloharmony. Had a pretty good weekend riding wise. You know, it's gotten really cold since I did that rainy ride on Saturday. The temperature dropped, it was like 31 this morning and everybody's got their plants covered. I mean, I didn't get around to covering the shrubs. I think they're gonna be fine because it didn't stay near freezing very long. So it was just so cold when I got a chance to ride, I didn't bother going outside. I just rode the trainer today. And while I was doing that, I told my buddy, we're discussing how I make these videos. And I don't know if you guys are aware, when I make the videos, I make them in pieces. And the clips are joined for what you see online. So I don't get to watch them that much. I work with the pieces and I'm happy with them and I kind of put the storyline together. It's called a timeline. And it ends up coming out. So every so often I come back and I watch them, like when I'm training on here, I'll run them on my TV in this room while I'm working out like today. So I was watching the group ride video the most recent one I just did with the bike barn. And one of the scenes in there where I'm asking a gentleman about his bike that he had a new bike, Kurt, the leader of the group, had a new bike and it's designed primarily for disc brakes. And I had asked him, I said, well, I guess you're committed for life because there was no option to ever putting rim brakes on that bike. And he said, yeah, you pretty much stuck with it. And then I made the joke, I said, well, my problem is going fast, not stopping. And when I saw that scene today, I was watching the video while I was working out, it hit me to make this video about, are disc brakes on a road bike really necessary? And it just dawned on me, like, what problem are they trying to solve? Do you guys really have trouble stopping on a road bike? My problem is going fast. And that's what I told him in the video when I was joking. I mean, when we stopped on the ride, is I work to go fast. I don't have any problem stopping. Now I see, you know, I've heard mention of some people that I've read about this stuff where people say, oh, well, you're going downhill and you hit the brakes and they get hot or whatever. Well, if you got carbon rims, I guess that's a problem. But I don't know if stopping on aluminum rims or good braking surface is that much of a problem. It seems to be more of a marketing ploy than the need. I can see the need on mountain bikes. I mean, I've ridden mountain bikes before. They're heavier. They got suspension, you know, a heavy suspension and everything. And yeah, I can see that because you're bringing a lot of weight down from speed. But on a road bike, on a smooth road, you know, with the issue that they had in the UCI races where one of the riders said that the brakes had actually sliced his leg in a crash and all of that. And I think they suspended it for a while, or whether they're gonna bring it back or not. But I don't see why people have to copy what the pros do if you're not aspiring to go do what they're doing. Because I just don't see the need. It's almost like I have no eyes and you're selling me glasses and I'm supposed to pay you for that? It's not a need. What problem are they trying to address? The problems we're having, what they need to focus on is improving the technology on these wheels instead of giving up on aluminum wheels and jumping on the carbon craze. Maybe you can work on aluminum technology and get it to where we have more choices. You know, there are more things in the industry where they could focus on improving issues that we have. You know, I can see where they're designing aero frames so you can slice through the air, but still, really, disc brakes on a road bike is a need. You know, so it's heavier from what I've read. It's heavier, so it puts more weight on your bike. But everybody says, oh, the modulation is better and all of that. So I thought about it and I said, man, I can count on one hand, if that, when I've actually locked up my brakes ever to where I need this stopping power for my road bike. It might be one instance, I can't even remember, because I'm usually we're trained to use the wind when you're in the group to slow you down. You're told not to use the brakes anyway, because you get that yo-yo and you affect the riders behind you. So it's kind of contrary to everything. I mean, when do you really use the brakes in a pack? You know, because usually it's too late. Somebody goes down in front of you, you don't have the room to stop anyway. So I just don't see that, you know. And I remember growing up as a kid, and my mother used to say, a fool and his money should never have met in the first place. You know? And so it's like, the challenge is hanging on to your money, because these people sit around in these marketing departments and come up with ways to relieve us of our hard-earned money. So I just wanted to make this video, and feel free to post your comments and questions, but I'm not gonna be one of those buying disc brakes to put on a road bike. You know, if I get a mountain bike later, because I had one before, and you know, when I got into it, I had a lot of crashes running into rocks and tree roots. It just seemed to happen more frequently than on the road, so I gave it up for a while. I'm not giving it up forever, because I may do cyclocross and stuff later. If I got a heavier bike, I'd probably do it. I can see you needing those kind of brakes in cyclocross, where you get a lot of mud in between and rim brakes are ineffective. I can see that used. But on the road, it just seems to be like they're pushing this stuff so much to just relieve the cycling public of their hard-earned funds. So I'm not on board with that. It's not a need, it's not necessary. It's just, I consider it to be a fad, and it's just marketing to get your money. It's not a need. There's not a problem with people stopping on a road bike that they're trying to address this epidemic. What they need to do is make these very expensive components they're coming up with that they make out of carbon, make them stronger. You know, improve the technology of the issues that we have. You know, make the wheels more aero without depending on just carbon. Make the aluminum too. Focus on the aluminum technology, improve that. Or if you're gonna give up on that, then spend more money on research and development to where we have more reasonable prices in the new carbon wheels, since they're so fragile. You know, so we're not spending $3,000 on them. So that way we can stretch our dollars that way. So I just wanted to make a video about that real quickly. It's like, you know, disc brakes are not necessary for a road bike, in my opinion. So let me know what you think, and be safe on the roads.